Here's one that I agree with, a spicy one. I adore Lana, but she is a lousy performer. It just has to be said. It has to be said. Lana is so frustrating to stan. I'm a Lana stan, in case you don't know. I have many Lanaologist videos. Please go and peruse them if you're interested. So this is coming from a good faith and a lot of love place. I think that Lana is an excellent, excellent artist. But, you know, what's interesting about her is that she is treated like a pop star, but she doesn't always necessarily move like one. And her music isn't really fit for pop stardom either. I mean, there was a period of time, like I would say Born to Die, Paradise, maybe even until Ultraviolence, where there was kind of maybe seeming like a space opening for her to create more mainstream music. But something that I really respect about Lana is that she always sticks to her guns creatively, and she is not interested in going whichever way the wind blows or chasing trends or trying to get any sort of like chart accolades. That has never been her deal, her goal, or her interest, even though she has been so adeptly able to shift and drive culture with her music alone. The intention of the music is not to do that. It's just so good and so influential that it does anyway. And part of Lana's issue, I would say, as a pop star is that she's not a good performer. And, you know, a lot of people will make excuses for Lana and say that, you know, the traumatizing experience of performing for SNL and the response that she got to that, which was totally out of proportion, and writing her off as an artist based off of one kind of mid performance, it wasn't even that bad. That is unfair, and I totally agree, but that was live TV. I understand why she would be nervous to perform on live TV again. Lana is a lazy performer. That is my biggest issue with her. The set lists that she creates are so incredibly boring. She literally is doing the same set currently that she just did at Coachella with a few minor tweaks that she's been doing since 2018. That was the last time we saw like a Lana set overhaul. There's no reason why, with so much music and so many albums out, Lana is still doing Cherry and Pretty When You Cry in the set. Like, there's just no reason for that, and barely even touching her most successful record, Norman Effing Rockwell. My issue with Lana sometimes is that it seems like she's a bit of a provocateur. She's a little bit of a contrarian, and she doesn't want to please the people in that way. Like, she simply cannot be bothered to like learn the new arrangements of the songs that she wrote. Even when she was doing the Norman Rockwell tour, the set list was still padded out with like older songs, and the selections that she pulls from the older songs as well are baffling to me. It's the same thing over and over again, and Lana's catalog is actually pretty diverse, and I think it's so large now that she could put together a really good, effective, interesting Coachella set that doesn't feel lazy or boring or sleepy or scary for her. And, you know, you can see that when she does try to redesign the set, like the beginning of her Coachella set was so good when she rode it on the motorcycle, opening with Without You, bringing back West Coast. But then you see her on stage and it's like she doesn't care to be there. She doesn't really sing sometimes. She often forgets the words. She doesn't have a good stage presence. She kind of just like mopes and wanders around. And, you know, sometimes that has the effect of being like cool, and it has the effect of being like irreverent. But a lot of the times it comes across as a bit contemptuous to the audience, because at the end of the day, people are paying to see you and they're paying to see a show. And if you can't be bothered to be there, then you just shouldn't do the show in the first place. And everything is always last minute for Lana. She's always, you know, pulling something together at the last minute. She said the Coachella set was super chaotic for her, and she missed half of her Glastonbury set because she was getting her hair done. That's unacceptable. For an artist of your caliber that's getting paid what you get paid to do these performances for crowds that are this large at events that are this high profile and prolific, to be late, to run late, to treat these events as though your time is the only person whose time is important, is very disrespectful to the audience and to the people that book the shows. So I think Lana is a lazy performer. I wouldn't even say she's a lousy performer, because when she's really on, when she really cares, which is rare, when she's really on and she really cares, she can give a good performance. Lana knows how to serve. She just chooses not to. She's often allergic to serving, and that is an extremely frustrating part about being a Lana Del Rey fan. I mean, it's crazy. She did a Coachella set. That's like the most visible you could ever be as an artist at any given moment in time. And she basically played nothing from her Grammy nominated album, Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard, and also nothing from her most acclaimed album of all time that's literally basically about California. It doesn't make sense why she would make these decisions if either she like couldn't be bothered to change the set, or she just doesn't care how her fans respond or interact with her work. And yeah, I think something funny and cool about Lana is how irreverent she is about her fame, and how casual she is about like posting things and like chaotically changing the title of the album at the last minute, announcing something before it's ready. That's all like fun and part of the bit. But when it comes to performing, it's disrespectful. It kind of makes me annoyed, actually, as a Lana fan, because I've been to see her. I saw her once in concert. It was a dream of mine to see her. She never came to Asia. I did meet her once, and she was lovely when I met her. But the performance that I saw, I just was kind of left with the set list, the pacing of the show. It feels haphazard. It feels shoved together. It feels like it's the same show that she was doing 4 years ago, just with like 3 or 4 songs tacked onto it. And I was kind of left wondering why? Why does it have to be like this when you could so easily serve? Why?